That was last Thursday in Chicago. Sunday afternoon at Chicago Stadium, a grinding 89-79 win by the Bulls, who took charge in the fourth quarter. Knicks played well in the first half. Phil Jackson most concerned about the fact that his club was beaten off the boards.
Well, Marv, Gerald Wilkins now in the starting lineup for the Knicks as Ewing opens it up quickly in familiar surroundings. But Gerald is back for the first time since March 28th against Golden State, the night he was hurt.
As Gerald sitting it out with that sprained ankle, missed 11 games and did get back into it in time for the playoffs. He has looked a bit on the rusty side. Here's Jordan. He was picked up by the double team, and Grant able to bank it home.
You know, Harvey Grant did not mean to do that. You never aim for the backboard straight away, but how lucky he was. Horace Grant, Harvey Grant. I've been thinking so much about Harvey lately as the NBA's most improved player.
Nice attempted recovery as Maurice Cheeks gives the Knicks a 4-2 lead. Maurice comes off a good one on Sunday, hit 7 of 10 for 15 points. Scottie Pippen got the step. Yes. And the basket counts. Scottie Pippen sat out practice yesterday with a bruised hip, but he said no way that he'd miss here tonight.
Well, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, and that's what Pippen voted for. He just faded right and then went straight to the hoop by Vandeweghe. And oh, how John McLeod desires that kind of movement from his team as the Knicks will try and draw fouls as Pippen just did.
Ewing picked up the foul, and the Bulls take a 5-4 lead. Early pressure. Patrick Ewing waiting at center court. John McLeod telling us that he likes having Ewing handle the ball. He has been successful by using Ewing in that manner. The Knicks did have some problems on Sunday. That was last touched by Chicago when they went to Charles Oakley at center court as the man to penetrate to the front court against the press, and it did not work.
Grant is so mobile, and that creates a lot of problems for Oakley as well, whereas Cartwright doesn't have the mobility to stay with Ewing.
Here's Ewing. Stopped from behind by Jordan. So Phil Jackson going with some double teaming of Ewing. Jordan will drop back from time to time. They double up on Cartwright. And a foul is called. This also by design as Maurice Cheeks picks it up. John McLeod feels that once Cartwright commits to his move, he can be stripped, and he has difficulty throwing it back outside.
Knicks opening up once again with Oakley on the bigger Bill Cartwright. Part of the plan, of course, to keep Ewing out of foul trouble.
Bulls with a 5-4 lead. 2 minutes gone by. So Grant is being guarded by Ewing. And Michael Jordan hits on his first field goal attempt. Bulls 7, Knicks 4.
Well, Michael fell behind a pick, and it was easy for him. No one could get there.
The basket counts. It's a goaltend. And right off the start of this game, you can see the intent of Maurice Cheeks is to get involved offensively.
Well, Maurice bringing back memories here in the opening minutes of his incredible effort last year in Boston against the Celtics in Game 5, when he played the full 48 and truly did it all in that game.
Earlier on Knicks game night, you may have seen John McLeod during the course of practice telling both Maurice Cheeks and Kiki Vandeweghe that they must shoot more. John has been utilizing that philosophy regarding Cheeks right throughout the season. There's Pippen around Oakley. And he just did beat the 24-second buzzer. Bulls with a 9-6 lead. Wilkins guarded by Pippen. That's a three-pointer. Gerald Wilkins hits from downtown, and the game is tied at 9.
Well, that's a bonus, and that's a dimension the Knicks missed Sunday. The Knicks want Gerald out there for this kind of motion that Pippen is providing, but the threes are welcome.
Ewing on the rejection. Wilkins over Paxson.
Oh, is John McLeod happy? That's why Gerald is back in the starting lineup tonight.
Phil Jackson wants a 20-second timeout. A good burst by the Knicks as they take an 11-9 lead.
Well, Pippen has started out going to the hoop many times. He got off a weak shot. Ewing was there to reject the follow-up, and Patrick dribbling the ball beautifully as a forward. And then Gerald Wilkins in the right spot at the right time. Another look at it now. Ewing on the rejection. Clears himself as well as a big man can do. And Wilkins flying with one dribble, covering a lot of ground in the air, like, you know, his hero, Michael Jordan.
3 minutes, 5 seconds gone by in this first quarter. So the early 20 taken by Phil Jackson, Grant, and Ewing on the rebound.
Ewing laid way off Grant, letting him shoot as he is guarding Grant instead of Cartwright, and then he just swept right in for that rebound.
Here's Oakley. And Grant able to get to it. The other reason that John McLeod is happy with the early play of Gerald Wilkins is he looks for Wilkins to occupy Jordan at the other end. From time to time, that has worked well. Gerald has had some good games against Michael Jordan. John Paxson, who has not been shooting well, able to convert, and the game is tied at 11.
The Knicks getting a taste of the balance the new look Chicago Bulls of 90-91 have now. Everybody contributing.
Wilkins gets it out to Cheeks. And here come the Bulls. Pippen decides to slow it down. Knicks got back. He had Paxson open, did not see him. Now Pippen backing Vandeweghe. Cartwright. And he'll go to the foul line. Hard driving move by Bill Cartwright. Foul called on Vandeweghe. That's the first on Vandeweghe. Cartwright will shoot a pair.
As usual, Ewing will be presented with a very interesting challenge, and that is to be aggressive, to be a defensive presence, and yet not get in foul trouble.
Bill Cartwright had a solid game on Sunday. Did a key jump shot down the stretch. Looking to go offensive at the start and did his usual good job on Patrick Ewing. Ewing got off to the fast start. He had 14 points in the first quarter. And then the combination of Cartwright and Purdue did a good job in keeping Ewing away from the basket. 13-11 Bulls. Here's the pressure by Chicago. Now the Knicks have no trouble with it. Vandeweghe from Oakley. A beautiful pass thrown on the hop by Oakley.
Boy, that was clinically done. Get the ball to the middle, then to the sides, and up for the layup.
Knicks by 2. And Pippen again easily beats Vandeweghe.
This is happening too much for Kiki Vandeweghe. He's got to change, or he will be changed on the floor.
Pippen has hit 3 out of 4. Bulls lead 15-13, and the Knicks take a timeout. Games of this series, Kiki Vandeweghe, Gerald Wilkins, and Trent Tucker have all struggled, and that also led to the problems of Patrick Ewing. They could successfully double-team Ewing. However, tonight, Knicks have hit a couple from the outside, and I know they're looking at that as a good sign, although we're very early.
Balance is what's needed by the Knicks. And as John McLeod said to his team yesterday, the best efforts possible have to come out of every player.
Bulls with a 2-point lead. 5 on the shot clock. And Ewing's pass goes astray. It will be Chicago ball. Now the Knicks come with some light pressure. And Paxson moves it across. Both clubs remaining the same following the timeout. Vandeweghe picking up on Jordan. Michael Jordan with a gorgeous move to his left and then hits on the pull-up.
And what terrific help Vandeweghe got from Gerald Wilkins, who was right up there with him, but not high enough.
Bulls with a 17-13 lead. Vandeweghe around Pippen. 17-15 Chicago. Kiki with 4 points.
That was artistry, how he went baseline and still made the backboard his friend on the final part of the shot.
And John McLeod is going now with Vandeweghe on Jordan. He said he might do that from time to time on Sunday. In effect, he's conceding Jordan's points. Grant with the rebound. And Oakley gets to him. He's figuring, hey, Jordan's going to score his 35, 40 points. Cheeks putting the speed on. What a move by Maurice Cheeks, and he's tied the game at 17 off the steal.
Kiki Vandeweghe alertly turning around on that inbounds pass and getting it.
And now it's Jordan on Vandeweghe. And he drew the foul. And Kiki has been very significant. Last minute and a half. Foul called on Pippen. Vandeweghe to the line.
Marv, the interesting thing was Vandeweghe was being killed by Pippen and on the verge of heading to the bench if a coach philosophizes in one direction. But no, John McLeod made the adjustment, took Vandeweghe off Pippen, who was going around him, put the quicker Gerald Wilkins on Pippen and Vandeweghe on Jordan. I think possibly the reason for this switch is that Pippen was turning out to be Michael Jordan here in the opening moments, as we see Vandeweghe alertly getting that last inbounds pass. So McLeod wanted to put the Pippen fire out and not worry about Jordan for the moment.
He was toying with doing that on Sunday. He felt he'd rather try to curtail the scoring exploits of Pippen and Paxson and figure, hey, Jordan's going to get his numbers anyway. Let's see how he plays it now. It is Wilkins on Paxson and Vandeweghe remaining the defender with Jordan, and Pippen able to slither in.
Well, he got on that mismatch. Maurice Cheeks on the pickup, and what a lovely pass by Paxson inside. Boy, they hit the money right away when they had the advantage.
Game tied at 19. 5 minutes left, first quarter. Vandeweghe, yes. 21-19 Knicks.
What a wonderful feeling to do it to the guy who's been doing it to you, as Vandeweghe did to Pippen.
Jordan. And Oakley able to get to it. Michael Jordan now 2 out of 3. He has 4 points. Last touch by the Bulls. Marv Albert, John Andres, Al Troutwig, Walt Clyde Frazier from Madison Square Garden. Game 3 of the best of 5. The Knicks hoping to stay alive and force a 4th game here on Thursday. Bad pass, and it will be Chicago ball.
Bounce passes, please.
Knicks with a 2-point lead. Paxson being forced to work to bring it up court. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Pippen with the open shot. And Oakley with the one-hand rebound. Very dangerous. Grant nearly stripped him.
He's owning the defensive boards. The Knicks are getting strong work on the boards.
That 3 by Wilkins off. Ewing back up. And the Knicks win at 23-19.
It's looking very solid. One thing, despite the fact the Bulls have won the first 2 and all the look is that of domination, one thing the Bulls are fearing, and they're tasting it now, the Knicks rebounding. The Knicks killed them on the board Sunday, and they are owning the boards tonight in the early going.
Knicks in the midst of a 10-2 run. Make it 12-2 as Gerald Wilkins extends to a 25-19 lead. The Knicks have come out alive in this first quarter with 3:33 remaining. And the Bulls want to talk it over.
Well, the opening moments of this game saw Scottie Pippen running by Kiki Vandeweghe. Knicks made a defensive adjustment. Vandeweghe got involved with Jordan, and then his offense has come to life in a big way. And he returned the favor to Pippen on that beautiful drive. But in an off-balance defensive situation, the Bulls struck quickly. Pippen being guarded by Cheeks, and they got 2 points out of it. Vandeweghe's come right back into this to make things a little interesting for his opponent tonight.
And the Knicks lead at 25-19. 3:33 remaining in this first quarter. Grant. That is his second field goal. He has 4. The Knicks lead is now 4.
On the basket, Ewing took off and had Grant beaten down court, but the Knicks didn't see him.
Holding foul being indicated by Steve Javie. 4 on Grant. 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 4 The Knicks